how these two teams decide to take this map. As Recorded reported, are our blue team. They are our attack first, and Team Mythic will be our orange defending team here on Oregon. Game number 1. Do you want to be bold enough to make a prediction?
Ooh, well, I'm going to say maybe Mythic will shine and show what the hype was all about.
All right.
They'll push forward, get that
Mythic,
that 2-0.
Mythic is the true talent. True talent, big money.
What do you think?
Of course, remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2.3 patch that came out yesterday.
Yes, it was.
So there's a few changes in the works, but honestly, after speaking to a lot of the teams, none of them really think it's going to change the way they pick or play too much at all. Smoke and the SMG11 change, not really a big deal for these pro
Still
guys.
not seeing the books.
So yeah, Smoke will likely still be in there, mixed in defense, as he is currently now here for Team Mythic. Bucks on attack, very small in these circumstances for a couple of teams. Not one that Recorded reported chosen to use just yet. And the Frost changes again. Maybe see her switched out for something different if it's a player preference. Like here we've got an IQ in for attack. Some players are picking operators that are arguably outside the meta because they like the weapons. Frost will still be switched in and out for one of those every now and again, but ultimately unchanged in the situations we'll see her. She's still got a very strong shotgun. Her traps are still incredibly powerful. And
still a very, very good
She's
operator.
going to keep showing her face.
Wonder what they're going with the recruit for. Wonder if it's going to be the shield.
I imagine so. We'll have a look when the drone phase is finished. Exactly how he is set up.
You asked me,
Yep.
you know, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is?
You put me on the spot now. That's not how this is meant to work.
It's just a shot in the dark, isn't it?
It is. I think Recorded reported are going to get it, to be fair. Yes, they've got the same points and the same scores at the moment, but Recorded have impressed me a lot more in their team play in the previous weeks.
Alright.
And right now, it could be a big gamble, but they have taken one of the most unconventional setups to begin an attack that we've seen so far. Recruit mixed in here with IQ.
Wow.
No Thatcher, which is something a lot of people consider is a must-use in all situations. So that's not there at all. And they aren't using the sledge for
that's actually quite strange.
Yeah, bringing out that IQ instead, which is, I'm sure, Jovi very much liking. He's tracking a friendly drone up the stairs with his circles. A little bit unsure. C4 come down, but they already know that's there because it was chasing BKN, and the shield does drop down to Jaeger. Necrox though, sorry, Jovi takes down Ginger, who was up top. There was a bandit, sorry, Rook up top, and a Jaeger down the bottom. They trade a kill back 1-1. Necrox took a little bit of damage, helps skirt the poor little bandit down the stairs.
Have they got any roamers?
Slower. Yes, here we go. Mystical is in the kitchen, looking over the meeting hall with Smoke. So everyone else is starting to back a little bit more towards the basement area.
It's kind of mid, so whichever way they push, it can kind of protect that.
The other thing to note here is that the main front of this attack from Recorder reported is coming towards construction and meeting room, which is the complete opposite end of the bomb site to what we are used to seeing teams push. Right underneath Jovi at the moment. Spotter in that heartbeat sensor. She's looking to clean out and open up. Oh, she just spotted Pulse. She can see him underneath.
Never seen that.
Using the IQ. But they're still trying to gain control of this front lobby now, pushing their way through, and they've used up 2 minutes of their time so far. And lose another player. Mystical takes out 9 line there as he is still in the kitchen location. Trying to track him down. He is still keeping himself a nuisance, being a thorn in their side.
Time to make a new door.
Unless they're careful, he's going to be able to jump in and stab them while they are trying to make their way downstairs. Canadian then still tracking Daps on that heartbeat sensor. And there's Mystical peeking out again, taking down another one. They're still yet to really deal with him. He's repositioning once more. Jovi and Easily are still looking for another opening. Easily goes down the back stairs and does take out one, but they need to make this push fast if they want to avoid Mystical, and they are being hemmed in. Mystical takes down Jovi now because they still didn't want to do anything about him. Canadian comes in, pushes aggressively, and Easily sprays back through the wall.
Really weird.
Ultimately had no idea where Pulse was.
That attack was really strange.
Yeah, that was odd. Completely, like, the timer at the end there was also down to about 35 to 25 seconds. Like there was no time left in there at all. And what I got really excited about and gave Recorder reported props for, like a slightly different attack, some interesting operators, maybe they had something up their sleeve. Ultimately just seemed like They had no clue what they were doing.
No, yeah, they just went to the meeting hall and kind of stayed there for a bit, went down the stairs and died.
And like, not even that they just didn't seem to know what their plan was for the attack. It was more that they just didn't seem to know the fundamentals of the game. With like, oh, there's a guy running around on this floor, killing 3 of my teammates. Maybe we should stop and kill him. No, we're just gonna keep pushing and let him stick his head out of the kitchen and shoot us in the back every 2 seconds. Like, why they just let that smoke have complete free roam? Or like, at the very least, didn't just hit someone up to like, sit there and watch that doorway, so we can't do that.
It would have been nice to see them push different places as well. They were all just pushing down that same place.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a new
very
strategy
odd
they were trying out. Maybe they'll go back to a more tried and true kind of operators next time.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe it's just because I made a guess and did to win it. Good old cast a curse.
No, it's just going 5-0.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you've got that power.
they put some faith in them to win, and suddenly everything just falls apart.
Use it for
It's
good, not
a
evil.
very common cast a curse situation. But we'll find out. 9line then running around upstairs is just reinforcing for the beginning. Consulate head downstairs again. Not sure where he really wants to place this reinforcement. Finally makes his mind up. It has been reinforced out by Frost, so we'll stay upstairs. But there are drones already all over this floor from Mythic, and 2 players inside. One being a recruit shield, one being Ash.
Oh!
And they droned him out and drop him through the wall. Necrox with a very, very nice kill. In 1 shot from what it seemed.
Yeah. I don't even know where he shot from.
Shot from inside the bathroom through the wall.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
After they droned him and spotted him. So here we see.
Very fast push.
Yep. They are wasting no time in clearing the rest of the building. And note how they have people push from multiple different directions to do
that's what you
exactly
want to
that
do,
as well. Loads of
Calm
another
the
entrance
area.
into the meeting room.
You want to calm it, don't you? You want to make sure they're in them roamers. Get complete control.
All the different meeting rooms. Now we'll sit here for a little while and make sure they don't get flanked from behind in this tower, as they're putting a lot of their pressure on this front entrance and have broken open that all-important trapdoor. Thermite, having done his job, can be a little bit more relaxed and aggressive. Necrox is still walking in the back. Mystical using that SMG-11 as well here on Sledge and attack. Checking as many different spots as he can. Necrox now finally working his way down this back tower.
Definitely be able to hear that.
Yeah, but he wants them to adhere. He wants them to be split focus between this trapdoor and the backside of the map.
True.
So ultimately, while he wants to play safe, he wants them to know he's coming from this direction. Doesn't want to get killed so easily like that though, by overextending way too far around that corner and just spraying randomly, letting Elise take him down. Dabs will answer by taking down Mystical in the front side of the room as well with C4. Frost now hiding on this corner, knows that the recruit is right next to him, and does try to fall back through a teammate's smoke. Most smoke going out on the bottom of the stairs, locking them there. There's still a minute on the clock though, so it's a lot of time for them to let these smokes time out and then make their way down. But they're running low on players to do that with right now.
Yep.
Young has that shield and is going to get down into the basement with it as cover.
Be able to get some nice intel there.
He's over in the far corner. Grenades towards the back room. Will go off. Does take smoke down low, but not enough to down him or finish him. And the plant is going down in the corner. Shotgun comes out to try and take out the plant, and the shield is used very nicely to block him, keep the diffuser up.
Wow.
And he does manage to down Frost.
Very well.
Smoke goes down. Elise will kill off Gingy. Here comes from behind. And he's now trying to fight here with the shield in the top of the stairway. In such a small space, it's very hard to swing. And Elise gets the knife kill. BKN finishes off Canadian as he was stuck in the corner after the plant went down. And the defuse will come out for recorded reported. Defenders taking round number 2, and it is 1 round apiece.
Nice push behind with the dock, just to trap him there.
Yep, the dock flank was pivotal. Took out the thermite that was up top, looking down through the hole. And as mentioned, that hole being so important, once there is no one using it, suddenly gets very, very good for the defenders downstairs.
Nice
Allows them to push the bottom stairs, kill off the guy that was planting, and he had great success against that shield at the top of the stairs too. Even if he had died to that shield, there was still then 3 safe people downstairs that would have been able to get the defuse in and deal with the shield themselves. So really, really important flank there from Doc.
There we go, Thatcher. I was going to say.
Back to the standard Fantastic 5 from recorded reported on their attack here. They are attacking a different bomb sets though, so we may see those other 5 come back if they attack the basement again, if they're still confident in it, for whatever reason that may be. I won't mind that off completely. But they are now attacking the kids' dorm and the dorm's main halls upstairs. Same as we predicted. This is a very common bomb site for every team as their second option.
I wonder, this is their map, innit? This is recorded reporter's map. So I wonder if that tactic was something they have been working on, you know, the IQ one. And
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see if they actually do go back to it, even that it failed, just to see, you know, is this going to work? Should we try it again, or we're just going to go back to tried and true?
Yep. And it's interesting as well to note that he was actually using the gadget, which is a surprise.
Yeah, I've never seen.
It'd be interesting to know like what it is he feels he gains from using that gadget.
5 seconds remaining.
Because ultimately, I don't think he got any information that they couldn't have previously got, other than the rough location of Pulse.
Yeah.
But that didn't really seem to gain them anything at the end of the day.
It is awesome seeing it though. Like I know that you can see Pulse with that, you know, with his
IQ's gadget, yeah.
yeah, the gadget. But I've never actually seen it like done like that. It looked quite cool.
So here comes the recorded reported attack then, spreading out their attack again and clearing the rest of the building as they push in towards the bomb sites. Checking all the different crannies and far corners that they could get backstabbed from.
Yeah. Watch out for them beakers.
Pulse with Mystical now, the two roamers staying in slightly more spread out positions, taking out the drones that could spot them and force them to move. As the Twitch drone finds Gingy as well, actually a third player that's up on this top floor. Taking a lot of damage from this Twitch drone.
A bomb has been located.
That's 3 shots from the Twitch drone. And down he goes. Finally finishes it off. But Mystical answers with those 4 shots with a kill onto Dabs. So, he's already started doing a lot of work. He picked up so many kills in their first defense round. Can he do the same thing again? This time he's got 2 players here in support with him in the shape of Canadian and Gigi. And he's already put the brakes on the recorded reported attack.
Pulse could give him some intel here.
Yep, I think that's what he's doing. Pulse is sitting with
Yeah.
the heartbeat sensor tracking movement of players upstairs.
I like it.
Mystical using that to
We saw that earlier.
figure out where the hell to look. The Crocs is upstairs, Young is upstairs watching the top 2 entranceways up there as well.
Bomb diffuser has been dropped.
We saw that with Penta, didn't we?
Attackers
Yep.
recovered the diffuser.
So we'll see. Easily upstairs watching for the backstab this time. That's going to be better if you can actually keep it going. Jovi doing the same thing. 9line actually looking to push upstairs. And BKN doing the same thing, actually putting pressure on the A bomb, which now is very low on numbers.
Oh no, you
He
need
did
to watch.
look down, but didn't see it, and gets himself trapped as a result.
It's going to be a free kill.
9line cannot get there to help him. He is stuck in this corner. Necrox will see him,
Just finishes
put
him
him
off.
out of his misery, and give them a 2-man numbers advantage.
It looked too good, didn't it? Like no one was there, so it's like, oh, maybe I can just drop in here.
Yeah. So, Leezy stops looking downstairs. Jovi does too, and they're both moving in towards this upstairs window. Frost and Jaeger are the only 2 upstairs. Canadian, Mystical haven't really moved. Gingy's gone to the far back tower. And here comes Necrox peeking
Ooh,
through. Actually
like
sticks his
that.
head straight
Very
into
nice.
the crosshairs of Elise. They've downed him, but they do not realize this. Jovi now pushing in 2. Canadian Mystical, where are you going as a result? 9line finishes the downed Necrox off. Canadian Mystical still aren't moving. Gingy is in the far tower, is now coming back to join his team, and Young is the last man defending up here in this room on his own. C4 underneath the diffuser gets 2. Canadian's positioning was beautiful, and 9line is sideswiped by Canadian to round it out. Canadian right underneath the diffuser location. That's why he knew he didn't need to move. That's why he was just
nice.
waiting. They were letting him get in through that window, letting him feel like that room is clear and
Yeah.
safe. And from underneath, C4's for 2.
Like it.
I love that position.
Yeah.
That was nice. Seeing teams now using that verticality of this game a hell of a lot more, and it's opening up loads of new avenues of defense than before. And once again, Recorded Reported are punished hard for not clearing the other floors of the map before going for the objectives.
We are starting to see the C4 on the roof tactic used quite a lot.
Mystical and Canadian then, the 2 men with all the kills right now for Mythic.
I think we're definitely going to see that more as well with Pulse. It's just a very, very nice strategy because it looks like it's safe. They're going to be going a bit slow because they're scared that there might be someone there. So they'll be, you know, walking slower than usual. And then as soon as you see them with a Pulse, you can just throw it up. Bang.
Yep. And like he had a lot of patience there too. Like he was spotting people for a while, a long time, and he could have easily moved around, adapted, holding it, waiting. Didn't even throw it as soon as they came through the window. He was just
Waiting for it,
patient and there and ready for them to think they were safe and let their guard down. Sat on top of each other. He gets 2 instead of just the first one that came through the window.
Yep, very nice.
10 seconds to insertion.
So
Stop worrying about grenades.
5 seconds to go.
2 rounds up then. Team Mythic. Recorder Reported back on defense. Do have the same location though.
As expected.
Yep, as expected. Dorms Hall and Kids Main Hall. Or Dorms
Nothing
Main
too
Hall,
out
whatever
of
it
the
is.
ordinary other than the operators on the first round.
Yes. Using standard defenses operators again. Very, very mobile, very quick to rotate operators.
But no pulse.
No,
And
and I mean, I
probably
like
pulse.
that. Like, there's no... It's a bad idea to immediately go, oh god, he beat us, let's play him.
Yeah, that's
When you've
true.
not practiced, you're not training. By all means, go into your next scrim and practice and train it, fine. But if you're not comfortable with him now is not the time to
Yeah,
first
no,
time
you don't
break
want to
it
do
out.
that.
So they do have just 9 downstairs, and we've seen some big things from him in previous weeks. He has been that roam player that's picked up multiple kills and swung rounds in his team's favor. Yet to see that guy come out today, though. Drone in through the window for Elise. Sledge comes straight over. Doesn't actually win that fight. Mystical goes down, but the shots immediately come over and trade him out. Necrox was there to finish off Elise. Esley, sorry. At 9. We mentioned it there. He's been this big player. He's been that backstab that's done work. But once again today, he just falls short. He gets droned out, and Necrox is immediately there to catch him as he's trying to reposition. Puts him down with no trouble at all. And immediately, recorded, reported, are a man down again. They're just being droned out and instantly killed. Like, they're not winning any firefights. They cannot reposition in time. They're putting themselves in positions where as soon as they get droned, they're stuck. There's no easy way out. There's no quick reposition or a flank. They're just stuck.
And usually, even if they do win that firefight, Mythic have another teammate just to take that kill.
Yep,
So
Mythic
it's
are
just
doing a
one
great
for
job
one.
of trading too.
Yeah, exactly.
Canadian picked up the kill onto Dabs, and there was no trade here for Recorder reported. He then gets this wall open, which again should have been reinforced, but Thermite wouldn't have made much of a difference. And suddenly, Jovi is pinned between two. Shield comes over the wall. He does get a good flank around to get that knife, but again, he's in a crossfire and he goes down.
1 for 1.
BKN now, last man standing, hiding behind the B bomb. Has 3 people to find, has been droned out. They know they don't even have to kill him. Canadian can get into there, apply an A, but wow, lands this shot. This is going to be some shot. Comes on in. And the second he comes around the corner, takes his head clean off. Really nice attack from Mythic. Everyone they droned was killed within seconds. There was no reposition for no recorded. There was no moment of hesitation. Just, oh, I shot the drone and I've been shot. Or as in Esley's case, it was, I'm fighting a guy who I know knows I'm here. Like, there was such an aggressive play from the Sledge. Drones in, doesn't even wait for his drone to survive or try and keep it. Just comes straight through the window and takes the fight with the guy at the top of the stairs. Does get downed and does die. Does do a lot of damage though, and his teammate was there to back him up. Really nice reaction play from Necrox there to seal the deal and trade that kill out.
Also, looks like Recorded going for AQ again. They're going for this strategy once again.
They
which
aren't
didn't
taking the
work.
recruit shield this time. They're taking the Sledge instead. But yes, the
Done well with the
IQ
IQ, yeah.
is staying here with them.
Interesting.
Interesting.
How do you feel about the IQ?
I mean, she's got good guns, and if you just want to go for the kills, fine, do it. If you think you can win firefights with it. But right now, you haven't been winning firefights.
How do you feel?
Second of all, this bomb site requires more than just running in and kill people.
Yeah, but
it
it's
needs
also
coordination and teamwork.
it
And that
didn't
was also what's lacking.
Yeah, and it isn't just IQ as well. They took away Thatcher for IQ.
To be fair though, Thatcher EMP grenades are not needed to attack this basement.
Not as much.
Not
because
at all,
because
really.
of the trapdoor things.
Yeah, but there's no batteries on there. There's no
I
way
think you can do it so.
you can put a mute charge underneath it.
But usually people go in bandit and then mute alt now.
Yeah,
so,
and you can. Yeah, it's also not too impossible to kill that charge off with
That's
grenades
true.
down the
Yeah,
stairs.
that's true.
It's not ideal.
Okay,
The chances of taking it's a bit of a gamble. You're
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
but the chances of taking that mute to make that happen are low, and they went with the gamble that it didn't. Canadian sticks his head outside and picks up the first kill of the round, but does pay for it with his life as Lee is there to trade out Canadian. But again, that took a long time. Canadian took a long time to get back inside.
Did get rid of their pulse though.
It did. It did.
I think he's been playing quite well, giving quite a lot of intel.
Yes, so look
we'll
who
see
the
what
pulse
happens.
killed.
True.
So now they have no thermite. Now
Yeah.
there's no getting inside. So I am more than happy to trade my pulse for a thermite kill when you're defending this basement level. Once again, Recorder put a lot of their pressure on the construction end of this map, on the construction end of this objective. Previously they did this, and in doing so wasted so much time they didn't even get near the objectives before being killed. Now it's their only way in. They have to come this way because they can't put pressure on the other end successfully or safely, rather.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I think it's still good to try and at least cause a bit of noise at that area.
Yeah, it's still like send one person down that way,
Yeah.
maybe even the IQ. If you're that confident with your just straight up gunfights and IQ, send her that way
Oh,
and have
IQ's
her
going
try
for
and
the
find
tunnel.
people.
Okay.
And then send Sledge this way because Sledge against these wooden walls here is incredibly powerful.
Yep.
If they're not all reinforced. And then you have your dual pressures.
Yeah, exactly.
Sledge,
It looks like he is as well good.
yeah, he's doing this.
Attackers recover
But again, it's
the
not a bad trade sentiment. They are being very cautious of Romans this time over. And he's got LZ here with him, but they're running in on top of
Wow,
each other. Goes to chase Mystical down, does get there
Nice.
before he pops the smoke
Yeah,
charge,
yeah.
but he's taking a lot of damage from it. And they were tripping over each other there too, so they're lucky there's not too much friendly fire. Young, back in the corner. Survives with his head intact this time around, but does know exactly where BKN
Takes
is.
him out.
BKN goes down, and now Hesley is the next man on the stairs. And the rest of his team are not pushing the other direction
they've
while
gone
this
this
is
way now.
happening. They were all grouping back up here. And again, they're just funneling themselves down
Yeah.
into Young's crosshairs. Jaeger is there as well if they manage to take him out. Finally, he's deciding to use the smoke. Trying to pre-fire where he is, but Young has moved slightly. Young comes back in, does
Nice.
get his head blown off this time. Esley, well done here, but Necrox is here this time. You can't get too patient, and he's going to prone around the corner. Just about avoids Esley's head, tries to make the turn and run away. Does let Ash down into the basement, and more shots come flying out.
Oh, he's staggering him.
Neither player landing too much consequential damage.
Ah.
And now Necrox will finish it off. In fact, gets a second as Jovi pushes down straight after Esley dies. And suddenly it is a 1v1. 9line versus Necrox. 9line was pushing the other way but doesn't have the diffuser. Necrox is going to
got
know
4
this.
seconds.
And all he has to do is stay alive. He knows this. He stays upstairs.
Wow,
he
smart
hides.
player. Yep.
And we go to match point for Team Mythic.
It was a bit better. I think IQ coming from behind should have been a bit faster maybe, but it was definitely a bit better than what they did last time. And that's purely because they attacked from 2 different places. But they did kind of funnel, as we were saying. It would have been nice maybe if another person did stay at the back as well.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch did say that. You saw at the end she was coming from the backside, but she wasn't really able to put any proper pressure on while those guys were coming down the
Until the
stairs.
very, very
Having
end.
2 people at those stairs is plenty. Like, you're only going to go down 1 at a time anyway, and if that first person gets rushed, the second person there to kill him. Fine,
take
2
him,
people
yeah.
is enough. You had 4 people alive. Why not send IQ and Twitch out the back, and then have the 2 at the front? Perfect, job done. But only Twitch went alone. She was held up by 1 firefight for quite a long time. Did eventually get the kill, but by the time that happened, the team at the front were dead, and, and she was stuck.
Too late. And then it 1v1 with 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And no diffuser in your hands.
And all Jaeger had to do was hide. So Team Mythic on attack then for what could be the final round on this map already.
Their map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young taking this recruit shield once again. And Recorder reported are back down defending the basement. They are taking themselves a pulse this time over on BKN. We'll see if and how well he can use it. 9line from that Jaeger. Yet to really make any kind of impact into this game. 3-1 and 4 is not an impressive scoreline. And as we mentioned, this map is won and lost by strong roams, as you can see. The Canadian Necrox combo is a very aggressive, strong, aggressive, early kill roam combo for Mythic. Mystical had that 1 round of godlike smoke play, but ultimately has left it back up to the others since. Jovi out into the tunnel to push the barbed wire down. Doesn't feel confident enough to go far enough around the corner, which is where you normally place it. And again, he had no support. Normally you send a doc there with him. And then if he gets down, Doc can immediately get him up again and cover him and let him get back. Like the important place to put that barbed wire is around the corner, so where they have to peek by standing on it. Now they can peek while avoiding the barbed wire. So they don't gain a whole lot from them being there if you're looking to get this peek. The way to play with the barbed wire as you put it is to hide until they're standing in it, at which point they've likely already killed it. Never mind, Mystical and Mythic are coming in from different directions completely. They are clearing the top floors again. Drones coming around all over the place on the dorms halls.
This is something they're doing really right, just getting rid of them roamers.
And up they go.
Or at least seeing if there is any roamers.
And they realise now there is not. Everyone from Recorder reported is downstairs, including this Pulse that is checking them out through the floor. 9line, where are you hiding? You've gone up now, then back.
Okay,
looking
good.
at the meeting room.
Yep.
You
You
are
don't
about
want
to be
everyone
droned
down
out.
there.
No. But he is close enough to react if they need him. Canadian spots him on the drone, and the drone is finished off. Jovi now still firing into the tunnel as Necrox is coming to try and fight him.
Ooh, nice.
Land a couple of shots, but Necrox loses his head for it, so it is getting better for Recorder reported now. EMP goes off in the main lobby, and Thatcher will look
Here we go again.
put it on. C4
Ooh, this
goes
is it
off.
though.
doesn't touch Canadian at all. It's a nice plan, but it didn't work out for them, and the top trapdoor is opened up. Now Recorder Reported are in a much tougher position than they were previously. Did Dog just kill a smoke charge?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe.
There's nothing with a red flashing light on it the attackers are going to send in.
Yeah, possibly.
Special charge.
That's less than wonderful. Let's see. Yep, 2 out of 3 smoke charges left. Tabs lacking 1 now that I believe Doc shot.
Panicking, I think.
Jovi still looking down that tunnel at the back. No one else coming down in that direction now as Young is coming down the stairs with his shield intact, and a man standing behind him will take out 9 line, and
Nice.
Daps has been
Wow.
down from that hole above. That is the power of opening that trap door. Now, the recruit shield can edge forward into the corner. Goes to throw a smoke out. Jovi is spraying on towards the stairs. Lets the smoke plume. BKN firing on him too. Have they discovered the bomb? Jovi, in fact, gets downed again from the trap door. Will it let him plant this? There we go, letting him plant it in the corner. Jindy at the stairs to cover him in case of a rush. Mystical still up above, firing in that direction, and Canadian pushing from the other direction.
Oh, this isn't good.
Diffuser has gone down, BKN's been downed, it's all on Esley.
Yeah.
And down through the hole comes Canadian. Gets aggressive, but ultimately when you're this close to match point with 4 people alive, I think we can let him off.
They're in really
And now
good
he's pushing
positions
for the
right now.
diffuser. The shield can spot him. There's a grenade right there. He has to readjust. There's no way for him to get through here. Shoots a teammate's dead body. Sees the shield still in that corner. And he's on the half of his defuse time down. 1 man on stairs. Not
Wow.
going to get to the stairs. Mystical will finish up from the roof. And Team Mythic take map number 1 really, really easily.
Very nice. I like the position where that shield were at the end as well. He knows he's there, but he's so safe.
Yep.
Right in the corner.
Completely locked in. All he
Yeah.
needs to do is report the guy's movements to his
Exactly.
team.
Intel.
Mystical is then able to line it up, see him in the corner, be very ready for him, take him down as soon as he rounds that tunnel entrance.
I think if you lose that position and they get the bomb down, it's pretty much GG. It's too strong.
It is, unless someone can get around and flank them clean
All the
out
way
up
around
top.
them all,
Exactly,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that is very, very tough again. So
Yeah. Wow, 5-1.
that is how important it is to hold that. That's why we see a couple of teams try some very different strategies, such as sprinting up the stairs with the Frost earlier on and just shooting the charge out before it even goes off.
Yep.
Worked, got the kill. Was killed for it, but the charge didn't go. Problem came from the fact that they had a second charge and they just blew it straight open.
Yep.
So let's take a quick look at the highlights. Exactly how did Mythic win that game? There were some clutch moments in there. Mystical in the early round with the roam around the top. Some big shield play landing inside. Some good smoke placements, but ultimately they went off a little bit late. They need to be there to block people from getting into the objective, not to push them off of the objective once they're already on it. It's not ideal.
I think Young
While
were
he's
doing
fighting that drone, straight in through the window comes Mystical. Does lose this firefight, but as you mentioned, the quick team play, the quick reaction from
yeah,
the
as soon
Crocs
as he gets him, bang,
is
the other
here
guy.
to answer him, puts him straight down again while he's killing off his teammate. And Jovi again got lucky with that shield knife there, but once more, Team Mythic were there to answer with it and to shut him down. They were there with the crossfire. They were at the least, if they weren't watching the same angle at the same point, as soon as one person started a fight, the other guy knew he was safe to move and would sprint into position and start to trade
To
back
get that
way.
1-for-1. Yep,
Yeah, exactly.
definitely.
Or in most cases, actually, they were just straight up saving their teammates. They did it so fast, their teammate hadn't even died by the time they had then got that kill, and it wasn't
Definitely-
even had to be a trade.
Definitely acting like the stronger team.
So,
Definitely.
both teams are ready and asking to go straight into map number 2 already.
And I think
Team
we should.
Mythic are going to be, pretty sure they actually need to swap sides. No, they're not. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Misread it. Recorder Reported are on defense. Mythic are on attack. And it is going to be Consulate as our map number 2. So 5 rounds to 1. Mythic opened up the first map. They are one step closer to those precious
very-
3 points that they really, really want here.
Very, very solid start.
And
5-1. That's the nice momentum you want.
And it's going to definitely rock Recorder Reported's morale a little bit. You've got to be unsure about getting dominated so hard on the map that you chose, that now you're going into Mythic's map. And Mythic, starting as an attack, which they had success on just now, are looking to keep that momentum going, keep that ball rolling and say, all right, we just won.
I think
So many rounds on the trot, let's keep it going.
Young's quite a big part for Mythic, it seems. He's doing really well with that shield.
Yeah, so
He's doing really
his
well
score
with that
from the
shield.
last map may not have reflected him doing loads, because
No, the
shields
push is
don't
doing.
always get it. But
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
he was getting information, he was
Oh, yeah.
drawing fire, and then his teammates were peeking from behind once he told them exactly where his targets were, and were popping heads from behind
Exactly.
the safety of his
Yeah,
shield. And yes, that is
yeah.
a very important part of the team, even if his kill-death ratio
Yeah, well, that's
doesn't reflect.
that's something I've noticed. He's
Yep.
We'll see if he does it again, but he seems to get the diffuser as well.
Yeah, so Oh, we do, of course, have that bandit here now for Recorder reported on defense of the garage. It is, I don't want to say a pivotal part of this map, but it is quite important to keep this garage door closed. It's possible to win the map with the garage door open, and it's possible to win the map as the attackers while leaving it closed, but it is a hell of a lot harder.
Yeah, it basically just gives them another opening where they can attack from and where you need to defend. So it isn't, it's not like completely game changing, but it does give them that one more like bit of advantage on attack.
Yeah, so we'll see if Lazy has any joy trying to stop the charges going off. They're not setting up any kind of defense to try and help him with it. No Jaeger traps by the drone hole, no shields there either. So, I mean, ultimately, they're almost all gone straight away with EMPs and grenades anyway. If you don't put them down, chances are the enemy team are probably still going to throw them there anyway, because they're expecting it. So maybe you can save them, but it is a bit of a gamble. If they drone it out and realize there's nothing there, they're not going to want to.
No, we'll see.
But now the important thing is Elysian needs to stay safe while they're doing the trick, and that means Daps here has to watch the stairs so he doesn't get peeked from on side. One battery is down. Canadian is still dancing around here with his charges, checking for a place to put it. Necrox will open up the first kills onto 9 line, so again, the reported Roma is down without making any kind of impact, and it only took them a minute to find him.
Not having
Canadian
a good
ultimately deciding they won't go through that garage at all. They can use his trapdoors, or use his thermite charges on trapdoors, words and stuff and things, and will gain top-down advantage from different parts of the map instead. So, using lots of breach shows here in the piano room, a very, very destructible floor, allows a lot of angles on top of the garage, and this is where you can do, instead of, sticks his head through his own hole, and will lose it. But you can do this instead of opening up the garage itself. One, you can either use it to gain advantage over that garage door, or two, yeah, you still get lots of angles to shoot into objectives from without blowing the garage itself.
We usually do see this hole here because it completely stops the bandit. Once you get
that
here,
allowed this.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get there, you can take out the bandit and just, as you said, like just breach this open easily. No more game for you. No more mini
With
game.
Sledge coming down the stairs, taking out the barbed wire as he goes. They are still 4v4, and Necrox is now deciding it's time to come down the spiral staircase, and this will allow for a second angular attack, which is very useful.
Ooh,
and he drones out and takes Elysia out under that section of pipe to give them that man advantage back again. Daps is very, very low. Is Doc though, so if he gets down, he can get himself back up with more health.
Looks like Smoke would delaying them there with the
In through the door, prones Thermite. Looks to try and take that fight onto Doc, but is flanked by BKN. Good communication by Recorder reported this time. Necrox now continuing his push from behind. Will take the fight with Smoke. Initially loses it, and in fact loses it completely as Smoke comes out on top. Now only 2 attackers left. One of them is in the A bomb site with Jovi. Takes out 1 kill. BKN peeks a little bit too late to take advantage of that fight, and will take more damage now from the side. Mystical comes and peeks him in the back and takes down Daps, who was already low. 3 seconds and the plant is going down for Young. He will get that plant completed, but they don't know where BKN is now. He's going to shoot Mystical in the back. Now can he calm down?
Wow.
He doesn't calm down. He sticks his head straight in the core weight, and Young will blow it clean off.
He's playing really good. Seriously. Like, I noticed on the last map, and this just proved it. Like, the push. Again, he didn't kill everyone, but he just pushed, got the plant, and then won the round.
So, I don't like BKN's super fast play there. Once that plant had gone down, once that you killed the Sledge, perfect. He didn't know where you shot him in the back, you got that kill, great. You're in a 1v1. The plant is down.
Shield, I hit you.
That 45 seconds isn't going to change. Use the 45 seconds you've got. Instead, he tried to sprint straight in through the doorway, was very high strung, was very on edge, and yeah, got immediately blown away by Young's shield play. He still had time. I think he still had his C4. I didn't get a chance to check it, but just slow down, find out exactly where the shield is. Don't go for the fight straight away. Yeah, it's definitely a panic thing. It is very easy to panic in such a situation, but next time, this is experience. That's the whole point. Next time he's in that situation, calm down, go for it a little bit slower.
He should have got told it were a shield as well.
Use your time. Yeah, I think he knew it was a shield, but yes, it was more that he was still very, very high strength. Gotta go in, gotta go in, gotta go in. It's like, no, you've got 45 seconds now. It's a 1v1. You're not gonna get flanked. You know where he is. Just play it and make him play to your pace. But ultimately, the round goes to Team Mythic, and they do continue their roll. They are 1 round up.
For this defense, I'd say it's very important to keep the piano room, because if you do keep that piano room, they're not going to take out this bandit, and he will be able to keep this reinforcement up.
Yes, 100%. And last round, that would have been 9line's job, but he was killed off very, very quickly.
Yeah, he's not having a good day,
side. of the map. So yes,
Attackers have
they
recovered
couldn't
their
control
diffuser.
that piano room
Attackers
for
are
much
moving
longer
out
after
to
he was
locate
gone.
a bomb and
Mythic
defuse it.
have a lot more players left upstairs here, Canadian being one, Mystical being another, and Necrox is above the garage in the piano room itself, but ultimately all within very fast repositioning positions to get back towards the objective if needed. Young there with this MP7 in hand means he is Bandit, means he's got the batteries, and he will be waiting for Thermite should he choose to come in this direction.
Interesting.
So far, the rest of Recorded reported they're actually pushing through Visa, and Daps will use one charge to get them down into the basement very, very quickly.
Like it.
Easily droning as well. Jovi now back out in the distance. 9line is inside the Visa office very, very quickly.
Gonna need to watch out for that Jaeger.
Yeah, he's got to watch out for Jaeger, who could be flanking him, peeking down to his right, especially when these shots are going off in that direction.
This is risky.
Necrox, though, not feeling confident enough to go down there yet. He's got a hole just here to the left.
I think he's gonna get him.
Not if they push down this hallway, they're not. Here we go, 9line pushing in through here.
Okay.
We'll check the actual teller's office itself. Make sure there's no one there that can flank around behind BKN. Now he has movement behind him, but isn't sure. Continues to track with BKN. Camera is down already. BKN pushing very aggressively forward using the shield, checking the toilets, making sure there's no one there to surprise them. And they're going to grab control of the piano room because of this.
Took a while to get there.
Yeah, half the round. Canadian now using his heartbeat sensor, knows how close the shield is and can of course hear him. They've already blown open the wall though without control of the piano room, so that's not a good start for Mythic. But they are still holding him outside, as you mentioned. They've taken well over half the round, so there's a lot of time used already.
Where's that Jaeger? Is he pushing behind them?
He is still upstairs and he's waiting here with Canadian. Canadian going to try and drop down on towards the shield. Ultimately, he's missed it. Twitch just showed his head to the right. 9line. They are so close to each other, but they have no idea. Canadian will be found by BKN instead. That could have gone horribly for one of the two. But now they can continue holding this piano room. Esley looking
Time's
for more flankers.
ticking.
Jovi looking for more too. Mystical is down into the basement now. Necrox is still in the Visa offices. And yeah, 45 seconds left to go. And they haven't really made a push towards either objective too hard. Young coming down the stairs. Sorry, Young takes BKN out as he's coming down the stairs. As far as I can tell, I think BKN was prone there, which is the shield never ends up too well.
Nice little
Let's
tag.
sees the foot. Does take a little bit of damage off to him. Force him to reposition. Jovi takes down
He's
one.
gonna
There's
take
more
two.
on the stairs.
Ooh.
Young will be taken down and finished off from the hole above. 9line gets him, but 9line will be killed off by Necrox on the
they've
flank.
dropped the diffuser.
Diffuser goes down because Mystical's repositioned down to being inside. Esley now looking for him. We'll find him. Misses the initial shots. Goes for the next fight. Does get the down.
Nice.
But the last player is upstairs. 5 seconds. He's got to get the diffuser and plant.
Yeah.
He's going to go for the kill. And Necrox now realizing all he has to do is hide.
Yep, exactly, GG.
And defenders win round number 2.
And
Team Mythic keep it going.
the Jaeger coming from behind, just slowing it down, looking at the time, knowing that they need to plant. Just chill. You know, if the time completely stops, it means that they're planting. You just get that easy kill. If it doesn't, you win
And the
anyway.
beauty of him having down Smoke and not killed it means Smoke was feeding him information. Like, not killing him is the right thing to do because he didn't have the time to mess around with it.
Yep.
But he could then feed information on exactly where Ash's
That's
position
true.
still is. Has she picked up the diffuser yet?
Yep.
Because they knew where it had dropped. He said, no, she's going for the diffuser now. And Necrox just hid. He's like, no reason to stick my head around. She could kill me while she's picking it up. I'll hide. Then he can give me the call if she's planting, where she's planting, and the second she lets go, she loses.
Yep.
If she doesn't let go, I shoot her and she still loses. So really, really good on-the-fly decision making from Mythic, and it gives them the second round.
Mythic are playing really good.
Yes, Mythic are stepping out. This is the team that I heard all the hype
Well,
about.
this is
the
what we
team that we were
expected.
expected to
And that's
see.
why when you
Exactly.
said, you know, make that random shot in the dark, that was what it was based on. From
Alright.
yeah.
Back down into the garage and the cafeteria, then go recorded reported for the next attempt at defense. Got to step it up this time around. Haven't had the most success this time. 9line still struggling after 2 rounds.
I think Mythic took
Just got the one.
piano way too quick. I think that hurt them. And then the young push to the kitchen and get that plant down. It was them 2 players which were most of the damage, I think.
Very much so. And here comes the Mythic attack this time over. Crux opens up a window, sort of reloads before he goes inside. Don't want to run into there with a half-empty ammo, half-empty weapon. Is going to get himself to Visa office pretty quickly. Gingy's drone has already cleared most of it out for him. And the Canadian drone is there too. BK at the bottom of the stairs. They'll have an idea that he's there because the drone was killed, but didn't see his exact positions. They just know there's someone down there. And they're still waiting and watching for whatever may come through the hole. What was that?
I have no idea.
Necrox taking out 9line. Necrox from the visa offices kills 9line right here above Young's head. You'll see the body to his left. Or somewhere. No, it wasn't to his left. But I saw the blood spatter somewhere on that top-down view. And once again, 9line yet to make an impact here at all, really.
He's a strong player as well, so this is probably really hurting the team.
Yep, he gets droned out and finished off very, very quickly. Dabs checking the thing up and above, sees that Young is up there, and that's going to make it very dangerous for Esley to get this battery off. That's going to allow Canadian to get straight up here and blow open a wall.
Easily. Look how fast they got Piano again.
Yep. Because 9line is the defensive Piano, and 9line die very quickly. Like, he doesn't have to be in there to be the defense, he just has to be the roamer that's the threat, and it makes him go into it slowly, makes him think, okay, he could come from anywhere, he could be hiding somewhere. And, oh, he's dead. There we go. We've got the top 2 floors, because everyone else from Recorder Accordion sits downstairs. Esley tried to peek up the stairs, and why, when the door is completely open and exposed? Yes, slaughtered in the back by Mystical, who's just lying outside the door. Canadian is repositioned to use his second thermite charge somewhere inside. Probably here to gain on top of the A bomb site.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go up here.
Into the toilet.
He wanted to go up here because he knew it was such a threat, but he just didn't think that there might be someone behind me as well.
Yeah. So Jovi down at half health did get the kill onto Necrox as he tried to push into the kitchen, but the trapdoor now in and above the white van has been opened. Young and Mystical coming down from this angle. Canadian using the trapdoor. Gingy still above them in Piano. Here comes the Young push. Oh, BKN sticks his head around the corner and Canadian shoots him down from the trapdoor very quickly. Jovi is in the room next door. And Mystical's got a sledge to make the hole. Immediately sticks his shield in it to block any of the bullets there, trying to finish him off. Jovi is hiding and will try and take this fight as Daps does take down Canadian. Ooh. But in comes the shield and Sledge is here. He's got to focus on both. Gets down by the shield because he couldn't take his eyes off of Mystical. And suddenly Daps is the last man here trying to find 3. Going very, very slowly. He's not sure if they know what his position is. Comes straight into the room, but Young is there with his crosshairs trained on the door again, and off with E-head.
Once again, the push. Not all Young, but he was a big part of it. He was a big part of it once again. Yeah, he's playing really good, that guy. They're going to need to kill him quite quick, I feel. Yep.
But right now, Mythic are playing so perfectly with that shield that killing the shield is really tough unless they can C4 it, and they're not really running C4 users in a situation where they can use the C4 to kill the shield, because it's either, alright, I shoot the shield, in which case I'm shot by his teammate from behind, or I try and shoot the guy from behind, in which case by the time I look back, there's a shield in my face, and as you saw there, it just melees him down.
It was really nice though. I loved how the sledge made the hole, and then straight away the shield just created their own wall.
Yep, so, alright, I'm exposed now that it's open, what do I do to get away? Well, I turn and run, and the shield fills the hole again. Now
they're playing really, really well. Playing like a proper team.
Yep. Oh, yes. So, taking this top floor bomb site.
They're in that hole.
Executive office and meeting room. Looking for a change up again. Mythic ultimately not doing anything we haven't seen too much before, making this hole between bomb sites to make it nice and mobile. Yeah. Reinforcing the back walls, reinforcing these side walls. They can't be shot from the roof too easily. Gives them a bit of cover within the main room. But once again, they're sending Canadian out and around the map, and he's going to have a couple of windows opened up just to create threat for the attacking team to be unsure about where it is that he or anyone else may be. And let's see how long he stays alive. That's the key thing here right now. Between Canadian and between 9line as the 2 aggressive roaming players. Canadian has got a much longer per round lifespan than 9line. That would be a really interesting stat to look at. Round up all the roamers per teams, and then time out, or like take the times and at what point in each round do they die? Find out which roamers are staying alive.
Last the longest,
yes,
and then
find out which roamers are staying alive longest per round to round.
Okay, yeah.
That would be really, really cool. But that would take a lot of mod watching, unless that's something that Ubisoft have locked up in their stats somewhere that we don't know about. But
Time alive?
I don't think it is, yeah.
Maybe it's something they could implement.
BKN, they're looking to push in upstairs as Necrox takes down 9line again. He is in here with Gingy. Gingy's going to hear him moving around, So far, BKN's recruit play has not been anywhere near as impressive as
Yeah,
Young's.
he's all alone as well.
There we go, he
Oh,
sees him.
gets him though,
Does
very
get
nice.
that one kill just after I say it. So, evens up that score. 4 players to 4. And now is Canadian
So
grabbing a kill on the bottom floor. But BKN here with team support is helping get
what?
control of the top floor. And the timing there as he turns away, Necrox peeks in the side and shoots straight past his shield as Young does the same to Daps.
And all of a
Suddenly
sudden there's
Jovi is
one.
the last
Wow.
man and he's on the roof.
How did that happen? It's just,
I wish I had
that
a
was
mini
quick. Yeah. Wow. I think it all started from when the shield went down. As soon as he went down, everyone just went down. Brilliant.
It was again that everyone from Recorder Reported was spread out in separate places, and Mythic were just allowed to run around the top floor as they liked and flank each of these players without any kind of pushback from Recorded Reported. I mean, look, Jovi was on the roof right there. There was no one on the roof with him.
Oh, they were really feeling it. They just pushed out
Necrox getting aggressive and go
Yeah.
through. Like, who was Jovi backing up on the roof? Like, there was no, he wasn't supporting anyone. He wasn't gaining any advantage. He was just on the roof doing nothing. As a result, he's the last one alive. But maybe if he was with the shield looking to the right, he'd have killed Necrox while the shield was looking the other way.
Quite
Like,
unlucky how the shield died as well. I mean, it was...
yeah. Like, you saw how Team Mythic have been running the shield. They've sent Sledge alongside Young with
If
that
they have
shield every
someone
time.
free, yeah, if they have
Why
someone
were you
free.
sending BKN alone? You should have had someone with him. You should have seen this.
Well, that's what we were thinking.
Canadian here is tracking Jovi using the heartbeat sensor.
And there we go.
Peeks around the corner,
I
shuts him
was
down.
going to say that's what we were thinking, weren't we? That's why we thought, oh, this is not a good situation. Oh, it killed him, because it was kind of surprising, because there was no one backing up. So if he did die, it would just have been a waste of the shield.
Yep.
Well, there we go. One more round, possibly. Match point.
I don't want this to be a sweep. Recorded. Get one round on the board at least.
I think Lions is not playing as good as he usually does. Having a bit of a bad day, and I think that's really hurting them, as well as...
I feel like they're all having a pretty bad day.
Yeah, but as well as Mythic are just playing really,
Mythic are playing
really solid
really,
right now.
really well today. This is the best I think I've ever seen Mythic play as a squad. They have definitely been training hard. They're definitely pulling out all the stops for this, and they are deserving every point they get right now.
Yeah.
But Recorder Reported just don't feel like the same squad that we've seen in previous weeks. Down is the garage and cafeteria again then, looking for this to be what could potentially be their final stand. They haven't had great success with defending here twice before.
What's Young's stats looking like? Just out of curiosity.
Young is topping his team, 7-1-1,
Not bad.
and it of course running that shield once again.
And he's been planting as well.
Yeah. So as you mentioned in the last map, that his shield stats may not look particularly impressive.
And this
time they
actually
do,
are.
while he's still being that massive asset to his team.
He's playing really good.
And once more. Same defense setup from Recorder Reported. This time though, they need to make it work a little bit better. Daps,
Where's Lion?
he was looking to reinforce, but was a bit late into it. I mean, right now you've got to take these risks, right?
Yeah,
You've got to get these big kills early, or you're going home.
This is
anyway.
Young. This is Young.
Sees Young, gets the tags, can't
And he
plant the
doesn't
frag.
kill him. Man, that guy is just... he's
And
having
then
a
he
good
takes
day.
shots from the other side as well.
Wow.
9line is upstairs, hiding in the reception.
He pretty much traded. They're both on
Sees
half
Young
health.
out there as well. Mystical has also been taken down to half health as he tried to peek somewhere very early on inside.
Okay.
9line and Gingy now actually playing, Jovi here now playing
Yeah.
as a pair. This could work out better for their roaming squad.
They don't want them to take...
BKN coming to join them as well, so
Piano
ultimately
room.
they're all still very, very close. They can just take these roamers. Young sprints straight across the gap and is chasing down
Of course he
Jovi.
does.
And yeah, drops him in the back of the head as he runs away as Necrox kills Dabs as well. And suddenly Team Mythic have a two-man advantage. Young holding this doorway locked off, not letting anyone down this way. 9line disconnects at one of the worst possible
That is a
moments for
bad
Recorded
time.
Reported. BKN smoking the stairs and then comes straight up to
Oh
go
my
straight
God,
outside
what is
with
he
it.
doing?
Looks for the kill, hoping this would give him
What is
cover.
happening?
Somehow survived. Young's shots weren't landing enough, and Necrox will take down Isley later on the map. BKN is the last man standing. He's
there
right
he
under
is.
a big hole that's made in the floor.
0.
And there it is. GG.
5-2, 5-0?
5-1, 5-0.
5-1? Oh my... Wow.
As the EMP came down to kill off the batteries, he spots him, he takes him out, and it's a flawless victory for Team Mythic.